When I dropped out of university, I didn't know what I was doing with my life.
Why?
But
I was innocent. Why I needed to go to prison for 12 years?
No longer early waking up, enough sleep, good food. I reflected everything back and I didn't allow this to damage me. So just the damage went to her and our relationship. You cannot afford to have low confidence. But in chess, I was playing for years with low confidence. If the system prioritizes freedom and doesn't try to sell anything, then a deeper level of trust can happen between I Grow Younger and its users. The only reason I was in the university were my parents and societal expectations. I didn't really belong there, not in any way. We need a general event about, let's say, the foundations of well-being and psychology, and you can afford to ruin everything that's ruined already by money again and again and again. And
Are you cold?
Yes, again, I got frozen for a third time.
Sorry. You can put me a fine of 50 leva.
That my first website was the ugliest website in the world, and I tell people about it. I'm not ashamed that it had green, yellow background.
Yo.
Dropped out of university. I didn't know what I was doing with my life. I had the confidence that everything would be okay, and I knew that university is a complete waste of time and energy and money. So it was actually a very sensible leap of faith, but I couldn't explain it to myself back then because I didn't know why I was dropping out. I was dropping out just to open space in my life.
What made you actually to drop out? I know that you're jumping from topic to topic, but it's gonna be interesting. The idea to strike in front of the society telling you, oh dude, you need a diploma to become a successful person, or maybe because you just didn't like the people and what you were not learning.
First 2 years of university were great, amazing friends, parties, and we were not learning a lot, but I didn't care really because the social side was amazing. And then we got regrouped into new groups based on specializations, and I got into a new group where people were not that cool and I didn't know them that well. So like the fact that there was no progress and I didn't really care about the degree that much. I was playing chess. I was starting to be a chess coach, so I had a way of earning money even without this degree.
Yeah, but now you're not a chess coach, so that means that once you left university, you stopped also with the chess?
No, I stopped several years later with the chess. The only reason I was in the university were my parents and societal expectations. I didn't really belong there, not in any way. I was never structured. I never liked structured learning, and it was not my way. If I were to become any expert in any field, I would self-teach myself or find a mentor and do it in a chaotic way. The way they did it in university, it was just wrong. It was ineffective. I understand because they have a lot of students and it maybe it's not so easy to teach them via chaos and evaluate them and evaluate their intuition instead of their short-term skills, but still it was not the right way to do things there. Also in school it was the same, but school was more fun than university because it was social again, and there was this game about how to earn good grades without studying at home. So I was studying in the breaks for tests, and it was crazy amount of there was anxiety but also excitement, and there were constant micro challenges, and this made me a fighter. It also helped me push my limits, because you try to study for a test 2 hours, see it's too much, then you try for 1 hour, and in the end you're trying to study for 10 minutes for a test, and people go to meta reading courses, but I was doing meta reading in school because I couldn't afford to read the material for the test even once, and I was just glancing over one page and then next, and trying to get some patterns. And then after I got the test, I was like, the fuck, I don't know anything. But then dots would start to connect in my brain, and I learned the most during the fucking tests.
Yeah, I was the same.
Yeah,
It's an amazing thing.
it was an amazing, yeah, that the dots connect in your brain under stress during the test, and it worked. It somehow worked, and I just can't believe how backwards the education system is.
This is amazing thing. Okay, if you had the power actually to change at least the education in Bulgaria, because we are more aware of it, what would you change? Would you make the kids actually to study 7 to 8 hours per day for 12 years? Then to
No,
go after school, teen classes, some activities to write homework, and then to come home at 7 and to wake up the next day at 6.
no, this is all. This is just it's a parody of how education should work. You need much less hours. You need to keep the focus of the kids all of the time. And the moment the kid is bored, everything is lost. They should never be bored. They should be bored at home where they can do creative stuff, but in school, when they more or less have some structure, they should never be bored.
I mean, I remember that once in school I was very bored in some
Just once,
class.
I was like bored 10 times a day, every day for 12 years.
The last 3 years I was having this app on my phone telling me how many days I have till graduation. And I had it on my phone and was showing it to the teachers every day. And it was a very cool feeling that this kind of prison it's ending for me, and why I was innocent, why I needed to go to prison for 12 years.
Actually, that's a tyrannical structure, yeah.
So yeah, what would you change? Imagine that you have the power to change the lives of all these thousands and millions of students around the world, even not only in Bulgaria.
No longer early waking up, enough sleep, good food in school, learning partially different subjects, a lot more choice in the subjects. A lot of the subjects should be taught for a lot less, so that you can only get the most important gist, so you can only get the intuition. And a lot of the subjects should not have evaluation. This way you don't pursue short-term goals, you pursue long-term intuition about the subject. Of course, it should be much more interactive. Teachers should really, really love and respect the children and not be on a higher level, not be on a pedestal. Everything is wrong.
Yeah, unfortunately, somehow there is a big level of difference between the teacher and the students. The students must respect the teachers very much and even be scared of them, and this is not.
No, that's terrible. And also, one more thing, the most important, especially for the younger kids, the school system should respect their emotions and provide them some kind of emotional care, because no one gets a test for his parenting skills, so there will always be bad parents, and for children with bad parents, school can be the place where things are better. So
yeah, it's like an escape plan.
Yes, and I don't think society has a much better one, because you will never be able to send a social worker in every home where there are problems of any kind. There are parents who are very loving, that they just lack the skills of how to be a good parent. They may be too controlling, or there are just so many options of things not being perfect at home, but at school we can make it much better, because it's a system. That's how it's supposed to work.
You've said many times this, that your parents were actually, your mom was actually very controlling. Was actually the chase your escape plan?
I was resisting the control. My mother was controlling, but I was resisting it. So she inflicted most of the damage on herself, because I reflected everything back and I didn't allow this to damage me. So just the damage went to her and our relationship. So yeah, this is sad, but in the end, freedom is sacred. So I had to protect my freedom, my way of doing things. And yeah, I was objectively not a very nice kid.
You were not a child.
Yeah, quite.
Oh, this guy got lost.
But in other circumstances, having a controlling parent can be really bad. In my circumstances, I was lucky, and I don't think I suffered any negative consequences because of this. But in other circumstances, if the kid doesn't love their freedom as much as I did and doesn't fight for it as hard as I did, it can result in the kid becoming basically like the parent, accepting that control is very important and implementing it into their life and then in the life of their children, and this is a never-ending vicious spiral.
Maybe because of that, because of this control, you left university, because you were going against the control and you were saying, dude, I have my freedom, I want to have my freedom.
I think I pursued chess because it gave me a lot of freedom. I could travel.
Chess can give you freedom.
Competitions are very long, so you can travel, you have a choice whether to go to this competition or that competition. So basically you have a choice of where to be in any given moment and with whom. And chess is a game, a sport where you can approach in many different ways. So it kind of gives you a lot of freedom about how you approach things. Because in most sports, you don't have a lot of choice about how you approach the sport, the competition. But in chess, actually, you kind of do. There's a lot of mental and emotional approaches that you can do. For example, in many sports, having low confidence would just be the end of it. If you are in gymnastics and you're making somersaults, you cannot afford to have low confidence. But in chess, I was playing for years with low confidence, and it was not the best, but it didn't impact my results that heavily. Because I had, okay, no confidence, so low expectations, but still always trying to do the best move. It's not so connected to the body. When the body is not involved, you can achieve things with your mind even in a low confidence state. So chess is more forgiving to your personal shortcomings than any sport which involves the body, I think, because when you're with low confidence, this impacts mostly the body, I think, not the mind. You can still be smart with low confidence, but it's quite hard to be brave. But in chess, you don't have to be brave. You're just playing a game, wooden pieces, wooden board. You can be afraid and still move the pieces. So
it's like it won't eat
chess
you.
is forgiving. Yeah, it's quite a good field, it's a freer field. It's quite forgiving for anything emotional.
Have you ever considered to play another kind of sport?
Well, I was in different periods of my life. I was good at football, at soccer, at table tennis, at bowling. Now I'm reasonably good at squash, which is now my best sport. I also play tennis.
How many times a week do you do any sports?
I try 3 or 4 times a week. Unfortunately, I don't move around a lot, and I have to do more sport. I don't walk enough. I would like to walk more, hike more.
How many steps a day do you make? I don't believe you have an app. I do. I'm
No,
making 15,000.
I don't have any apps about such shit. It's very boxy. So some days I make a lot. Like today, I'm gonna be walking for 4 hours and then playing soccer in the evening. But other days I feel like I make 500 steps for the whole day.
No. You need a dog. You need a dog for sure.
No, just cats. Dogs means I have to wake up early, which is a no-go, as you know.
You're having an assistant. She's gonna come.
She can walk.
The dog, yeah.
Oh, that's a new concept. She's gonna walk the dog and I'm just gonna hug it and
You're
play with
gonna
it.
just play with it. And when we're having these walks in the park, we're just gonna take it with us.
But my 2 cats, will they like the idea of a dog? I don't know.
Actually, knowing that they didn't like each other, I'm not very sure, but maybe this is gonna be their bridge. Maybe they're gonna love it. There's some people that are having few cats and few dogs and they don't have a problem.
I had a dog briefly when my ex-girlfriend lived with me and she had a beautiful dog. And yeah, the cat was not very happy. Kind of
But who cares?
accepted it. I'm going to an SEO conference. Actually, I think the best SEO conference in the world. It's called SEO Mastery Summit, organized by my friend Matt Singers. We are the main sponsor, and I love this conference because it's a lot of Asian people from Southeast Asia that we cannot meet at other conferences. They're very like underground people, but achieving amazing results with affiliate SEO.
Are you cold?
Yes, again, I got frozen for a third time.
Sorry. You can put me a fine of 50 leva.
We'll edit to your job description. Make me freeze every podcast.
It's not a bad idea. The frozen Kalin. The mountain.
Today is an exceptionally beautiful day in Bulgaria.
And we have this amazing mountain called Vitusha, where we should go to shoot. When there is not this white thing on top of it and bears going around.
Mikaela doesn't like snow.
But I like bears. So maybe this is gonna be the thing that is gonna actually make me to go. I want to meet a bear. This is the thing. Or a snake. Yeah, we went to the doggy corner. I think we're going back because they're gonna eat us. So how long you're gonna be in Vietnam? Have you been there before?
Yes, it's gonna be my third time at the same conference. It's a great one for SEOs.
And after that, what is the plan for this year? Tell us so to buy tickets. I'm gonna even put the affiliate code.
I'm going to various SEO and domain conferences, but that's not so interesting, I think. The more interesting thing is that we would want to make our own events, probably about I Grow Younger.
You're telling secrets.
Well,
why not?
No one else is going to make them. If we don't make them, no one will. But I think more self-improvement events are needed because the vacuum left because of the relatively not so many events is filled by, I don't know, let's say other niche events, let's say about some kind of therapy, or other very mass events that are very bullshitty, that are all about yay, let's hype ourselves up. And we need a general event about, let's say, the foundations of well-being and psychology.
We are gonna have this kind of events. This is what we are brainstorming. Many of you may be seeing the post of Kalin that we had a dinner last week. I don't know if it's gonna be last week when this video is gonna be uploaded, but we gathered mostly women from the team and Kalin.
Yeah, there are also men, but they didn't come, so
they were scared. With 6 women on the table, every man is gonna be scared. And we started brainstorming the ideas for the year, how to show you better I Grow Younger, and how to not promote it, but to showcase it in front of a better audience and a bigger one. At first, you were considering a conference.
Yes, we're still making up our mind, but the really important thing is that I Grow Younger is very different from other self-improvement platforms, as everyone else will have the economic, the commercial incentive to somehow sell something. And the only possible exceptions are book, where if you already bought the book, the transaction is already happening. So when you read, it's supposed to be on your site. And that's what we want to do, but for free. So we need a system that is not indoctrinating, that is prioritizing the freedom of the human that interacts with it. And if the system prioritizes freedom and doesn't try to sell anything, then a deeper level of trust can happen between I Grow Younger and its users. Because if the user truly believes that I Grow Younger is there for the absolutely 100% sole benefit of the user of I Grow Younger, and that we don't collect money, we don't collect data.
We don't collect anything.
We just only care about the user, about the human at the other end. And of course, this is not financially sustainable, but a lot of things that have changed the world are not financially sustainable. Sometimes the beginning of a change in society is made by something that is not financially sustainable, and then later it can become. But for the moment, we are very far away from the point where we want to be financially sustainable. We want for this to work for the people, not for us. It will work if it works for the people. Only in that case. We are not interested in money or in fame. we are interested in changing people's lives.
Absolutely. And because of that, everything that we are doing, it's based on this to help you not to take stuff from your wallet. Because once it's connected to money, the chance the people to believe it's something valuable, something good, it's very low, because nowadays everybody can sell everything.
Yes, money ruins everything, and there's this paradox that you can afford to ruin everything that's ruined already by money again and again and again. And you, in a way, people should be much more like commercial and like aggressive with money, especially in business. But if there's something pristine or something sacred, like the way the mental health of humans, then it should not be ruined by money, and you can take it and really treat it with the respect it deserves. This is why my company, it's a niche company doing arbitrage with domains and links and SEO, and it's really many levels deep in the ruining stuff. But it doesn't matter, because it's in the exchange of resources and money and stuff on the internet. All of this is already ruined. So we're not making it worse. We're not making it better, but we're not making it worse. But with mental health is different, because with mental health, you can tell someone a few words and you can change their lives.
Even
so
one word is gonna
it's
be
not
enough.
worth earning money from that. It's the return on investment is a changed life for almost zero effort, if only you can tell them the right words. So
This is our mission, to
Yes.
change the life of the people only with one word or one sentence. And
Yeah.
without putting by Kalin or by I Grow Younger. It's because of you, because you did the action. You did the action to go on the website, to read the book. It's your action to go on YouTube, to watch this video, the one I Grow Younger.
Yes, but
Because of you.
actually, also, we don't tell people what to do. Remember,
Yeah.
we just give them a basis to develop intuition and then decide what to do. We try to give them freedom, not take it away from them.
Because of this, it's very motivational when we see the comments under the videos in I Grow Younger, where the people are actually saying, dude, I'm watching your video, I'm on the second hour or something like this. That means that they're not saying, wow, thank you for telling me what to do. No, you're doing it. We're just giving you the knowledge.
It's about building intuition and redefining some concepts in language that are very confusing.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's very rare nowadays in the internet to find a place where you can actually learn knowledge, develop intuition about it, and then you using it for the things that you want to develop and to achieve. We are not telling you with our articles you're gonna make X amount of money. No, absolutely no. Maybe we're gonna navigate you, but the choice is yours.
Well, there are some other places. I'm a huge fan of Mark Manson, who produces amazing content for YouTube. And but in his case,
So if somebody has the contact of Mark Manson, please connect us. We want to invite him in Bulgaria.
the thing with him is that he is the author of a super hyper best-selling book, so he already has enough money, and now he can do it for the quality.
Yeah.
And that's rare. It's like my situation, although I made my money in a totally different place, but also I have been doing stuff all my life only for the quantity, only for the spam, only for the effectivity. But I Grow Younger is the first thing that I made in my life that has true quality. So where I go deep and deep and deeper into something, I see the whole structure of it. I can break it down. It's gonna take years. It's gonna take a lot of work. It's gonna take also expanding my own vision about many things, about doing research, about also paying editors and fact checkers, so in the end it can be perfect.
And me for frozening you.
And also paying Mikaela for getting me out in the park in the coldest possible days.
It's not cold, see, it's very beautiful. He's just dramatizing. It's actually 30 degrees.
Not exactly,
Maybe
but
3. Okay.
anyway, you should do things in life either at an extremely high quality, so you can really differentiate yourself with very, very high quality, or you should just do them for the money and accept any level of quality that people are willing to buy them. Just there's no, the middle way is the way where you fail. Everything should either be amazingly good or whatever.
What's the difference between your mindset before 20 years and now? Because I believe that before 20 years you are going to go on the road for the money, not for the quality.
No, actually, I was born loving quality. I had
So you were
trained.
broken from
I
the
had to
start.
train myself to be able to accept lower quality.
This is very interesting. Rarely
e-
a young person is gonna think like this.
Yeah, because in chess and in any sport and art, I think people are very much used to striving for high quality, for high performance. But then I saw that in the online business, it's easier to make money with low performance, low quality, and high quantity. So basically by spam.
Wow.
And I had to condition myself that it is okay, and I had to train myself that making things with a lower quality is okay, that it's acceptable to me internally and to the world. And the last stage was when I made scaling and quantity and low quality in a more like fun, joking way, my own brand. So now everyone knows that that my first website was the ugliest website in the world, and I tell people about it. I'm not ashamed that it had green yellow background.
Yo.
It
Only purple.
looked
you
like a
didn't
swamp.
I'm gonna put a picture.
It's still available in it's archive.org. It's no longer live, but you can find it.
But is it ugly? Is it still ugly?
Just as ugly. Like it's
Let's
just
move
as
this direction.
it's saved by archive.org and it's just as ugly. So
So it's a terminology for ugly websites. Don't do it like this.
people confuse, I think, quality and performance with responsibility. I'm all in for taking responsibility. But there are areas in life where quality is just not mandatory and where quantity achieves the big wins, such as online business. So you can be responsible and be responsible for your success or failure and acknowledge that quality can be the road to failure and quantity and low quality a way to success in some areas, and thus responsibility can lead you to low quality. But this is a chain that many people, even in our industry, they just cannot connect it.
Is there some kind of formula to connect this? Or it's about life, the life path, and
It's about the environment. If the environment is very chaotic, it's very hard to and very dynamic, it's very hard to achieve long-term quality. And this is where you should strive for quantity, for scale. So let's say with SEO, with Google right now is a mess. So there are good websites being penalized and not showing anywhere, and there are ugly websites ranking for everything. And in this ecosystem, you shouldn't strive for quality because you don't know what quality is anymore. But if you strive for quantity, some websites will rank, and if not, you just sell links.
yeah.
So I think that this is the way forward. Quantity, more websites, different websites, link selling.